What's going on? So I saw that video emerge that Dr. Fauci did a speech at Atlantas Emory University about the pandemic and racism and talking about the unfair balance. I'm like, oh, no wiseness, Sherlock. Dr. Fauci. I don't know what to think about this turkey. Hey, he seemed like he got some agenda. Trump brought him in. He done got bigger. He's kind of like the Dr. Ruth of now. And if you don't know who Dr. Ruth is, Google her. But she was real big in the 80s and the early 90s. She was an expert doctor on intimacy. And Fauci has all of a sudden kind of been anointed. I don't know what he good at. I'm still waiting. This turkey be making it up as he go along. Remember, it was a year ago. Don't wear a mask. Didn't wear a mask. He didn't flip-flop so much, I don't know. He changes. He goes through decisions and choices like the Kardashians go through relationships. Can't keep count. You go cross-eyed crazy and confused, and maybe not in that order. Heck yeah, he tried to compare it to the pandemic of 1918. Racism is part of everyday life. And I wish people would stop with this, well, because you're an essential worker or the wages you make. LeBron James is one of the highest paid people in this country. He had racist graffiti sprayed on his Hollywood home in LA before he was playing Golden State in 2018, which was just 2 or 3 years ago. Do you call that a pandemic? Do you think Colin Kaepernick being whiteballed by the NFL, Dr. Fauci, who's still getting paid, got paid to go away, got paid by Nike. Don't know how much the brother's worth? That's not neither here nor there, but a public figure. Point is, black life is always a pandemic and a white supremacist with segregated and also institutionalized racism. Period. Institutionalized, segregated segment. Period. Doesn't matter what you do, you're still black in America. So pandemic only adds that the fact they don't want to give you the jab as quick or to protect you. But when have they protected you again? Because to quote the late, great Jackie Robinson, I never had it made. Think about that, Dr. Fauci. In black and white, pandemic can be the police racially profiling, brutality, killing black folks. Okay? So think about that. I can mention prominent African Americans who've been subject to a pandemic of racism. This virus, you can probably put a mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, common sense, which America doesn't have because we wouldn't have 30 plus million cases, wouldn't have almost 600,000 deaths if people were respectful of one another. So we get into the racial aspect of it. Of course, anything to kill off black people is legalized in this genocide because over 400 years with the institutionalization of systematic racism and not acknowledging slavery and the impact 400 plus years, you can't throw a bone of an Obama for 2 terms just in 2008 in the 21st century and then come Kamala Harris and say, hey, we gave you a couple of pieces and let's look the other way. It's not how it works. All forms of life, the legal system, incarcerations, school system, educational, all that is a pandemic against black people. Dr. Fauci knows his white privilege. He knows where his bread is buttered on. And he knows that he can see clear when he eats on that bread. Because he never has to toast his bread because he's not toasted. But he benefits off of people who get roasted. And he knows it. Give me your thoughts and takes about Dr. Fauci talking about the pandemic and racism as he was addressing Emory University in Atlanta. He's a good hired, paid, I don't know what he is. He's somewhere between Dr. Ruth and something. Because I don't know half what he be talking about. I think he's somewhere between Dr. Ruth and Dr. Jack Kevorkian. I think side of his cells been killed off. I don't know what this turkey be yamming about, but they pay him and them fraudulent CDC doctors to do everything except tell the truth. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Please hit the like, the subscribe, or welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond, thank you. And I don't really want to hear Dr. Fauci say much of nothing. This turkey just like he just a, warm up ad. He is more on to that Ed McMahon, like he gonna be a sidekick to parody of what? I don't know. I'm done.